also you have to distinguish between full-time and part-time. In Germany, with 18 years, students are, become adults by law, by 18 years.
By 18. In the US too.
So, if they are 18, we are not allowed to make contact with the parents anymore,
Okay.
because we have to deal with the students themselves,
Correct.
because they are adults by law.
Yes.
So if you look on it like this, when they start an apprenticeship, they are 16 or 17 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So parents are interested in the first year. And after this, not very much anymore.
Correct.
If you go into the full-time area of our school, there the interest of the parents is higher, because the students or their kids do not have a final examination yet.
Mm-hmm.
So there is more the discussion, what can my child do when he leaves, or when he or she leaves your school. There the parents are more involved.
Yes. Well, I think you've answered most of the questions. I don't know if there's anything else you'd like to add. I don't have to go all the way down this list here.
Also mich interessiert hier die Frage
I
von
forgot about that one. That's very important, because
Yes.
I'm wondering what type of training, additional training teachers have to do to stay current.
Jetzt weiß ich nicht, ob er informiert ist über die
You
Lehrerausbildung.
remember what I explained to you about the teachers' training system in Germany? They go to university, they make their first exam.
Correct.
Master.
Master degree, and then
Go to an
They go-
education program.
they go to an education program into the schools. And that takes 1.5 or
Nowadays 1.5 years.
18 months.
Yes.
Right.
And during that time, the students, the teachers, the new teachers or the student teachers, they are in the classes with a mentor
And this is what they do for a year and a half.
for a year.
They're not involved in technical theory at the university. They're involved in hands-on.
in school.
Correct.
And they have to do test lessons. And they have an educator. The educator comes into these test lessons, and the teachers in training, they must prepare, and at the end of the lesson, they make an evaluation of this lesson. And they get academic grades for this lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, I think, per subject, they make 6 or 7
So viel Betrieb immer.
of these lessons. And at the end, they get a grade. Well, they make a final examination.
And are the teachers during this training period, they're not paid? This is part of their,
They are paid,
oh, they are paid?
a very low payment.
Yeah.
1,100 euros a month
Oh, okay.
for a teacher.
Well, it's not bad though, because in the US, you would not receive any pay at all.
No.
No.
Oh,
So,
nothing.
nothing.
Yeah.
So,
And then they have if they have passed the second examination, they are full teachers.
teachers.
And then they can apply for a job in the school. And at the moment, we are right in the process of hiring. As I told you, we can hire 6 new teachers.
Correct.
And we had almost 300 applications for six
6 positions.
positions.
What does a starting teacher start at?
Money-wise,
Money-wise, generally,
Genau sagen, meine Tochter ist da.
6 positions.
for 6 positions.
What does a starting teacher start at?
Money-wise,
Money-wise, generally.
Genau sagen, meine Tochter hat sie.
at the start, it's about 2,900 euros.
Euros. And on the top end
Top
of the
end,
system, it could be as much as
5,000.
5,000 euros. Okay.
And then they are teachers. When they, for example, in our school, when we get new teachers, either new teachers who have just passed their final examinations, or teachers who come from another school by transfer. You know, maybe there is a teacher who his family is living near here, but he has a job, I don't know, 50 kilometers away. And if we are looking for a teacher and he has the subjects, he can ask to be transferred from this school to here.
Okay. And In Germany, in the 16 states, all the 16 states have vocational programs.
Yes.
So are there states that are more focused on vocational than others, or it's a broad range of the whole German philosophy?
This list I showed you, the
Yes.
354, this list is valid for the complete area of Germany, not single states, it's valid for the complete state.
Couple more questions. The vocational program, the industry seems to be happy with this,
Of course,
so you don't see this going away anytime soon?
No.
This is part of the educational
maybe
system.
the system will change in terms of contents,
Mhm.
that the priorities are changing or something, but the system of producing the own skilled workers for their own shop, this has a tradition back to the Middle Ages,
And,
and I cannot imagine that they will quit this.
and the European Union countries that have a similar system
No,
to Germany, are there any? Or does Germany have their own system?
Germany and Austria have this
Austria.
system,
Und die Niederländer wollen damit jetzt beginnen. Die starten langsam auch in die Richtung.
and the Dutch people want to start such a system. But all other countries have complete school-run vocational system, which we think, of course, is not a good system.
And
It's
what is the
very
difference between your system and school run system? I'm trying to differentiate the difference, because I don't understand that myself.
Sagst du mal eben die Übersetzung?
Ich habe gerade gesagt, Deutschland und Österreich machen das so, die Niederländer wollen sowas auch machen,
Ja.
und die anderen machen es in der Schule. Und er wollte jetzt wissen, wo genau der Unterschied liegt.
Ja, ich denke mal, die Fachkompetenz kann nicht annähernd so gut sein wie bei uns.
The difference simply is, here in Germany, the young person in the vocational system, he makes a contract with a company. And the students, or the young children, they learn their profession in the company.
Correct.
In other European countries, the school provides programs to teach them professional contents, vocational contents.
Mm.
And they get a certificate from school. And if they finish school, then it's the first time they go into company, after school.
Oh, so,
Schulen können ja nur die Realität simulieren, während den Unterschied.
so this is a much more comprehensive program, because the kids are getting hands-on training in the real world. And it's probably also more motivational, because the kids enjoy going there, and it also has the benefit of the kids are getting paid
Yep.
for what they do.
Yeah.
Whereas in other countries, that's not the situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there is one, especially in the field of car mechanics, there is one big advantage of the system that we have. What you have seen in our workshop, it's absolutely outstanding. This is not normal for a vocational school in Germany.
Mm.
And we have a lot of support from our companies and from our district to do this, because we're good.
Mhm.
In a company, if the new Mercedes is on the market, the company where the apprentice works needs the new testing equipment for this car, needs skills for the new car, so he will the company has to keep on top of the development to be able to repair this car. If you are in a school, if you do vocational training in school, no school could afford always to buy new equipment if the technological development is continuing.
Yes.
The investment is much too high. One tester we have is about, I told you,
$20,000.
yeah. And if we did not have such good contacts, we could not make this
With industry.
with the industry.
Right, the partnership, yeah.
In a regular school, they invest a lot of money once all 10 years. But especially with cars, if you look at cars which are 5 years old,
Right,
that
they're
is
very different.
that's almost old-timer business
Correct.
at the moment.
Yes.
And these cars are, I told you, the oldest car is 3 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So no other schools usually cannot keep on track or keep on the state of art as much as companies on the market do.
Yes.
And that's one point that I'm a fan of our system.
I think we've wrapped it, and I don't know if he has any other comments, but I think we hit pretty much all the points.
Ja, was ich vielleicht noch für wichtig fände, die kontinuierliche Lehrerfortbildung, Weiterbildung, dass die garantiert wird, das hattest du, glaube ich, noch nicht übersetzt. Finde ich schon bemerkenswert und auch gut, dass da